What's up, everybody? It's Ryan. I just wanted to get on here and say, I know everyone on this planet is going through something. And no matter what it is, just trusting God. And I say that because I'm about to tell you my story. So I used to be a really bad alcoholic. I drank every chance I got. And I've been a Christian my whole life. I grew up in the church. Um, and that's why I preach so hard that being a Christian isn't what saves you. It's a relationship with God and with Jesus. But back to the story. So yeah, I was a real bad alcoholic for a long time. And last year, went on a weekend binge drink with some friends, and we were staying at one of my friends' houses, and I was supposed to stay the night there. Well, I woke up in the middle of the night, and for whatever reason, I was just ready to go home. And my other buddy that was with us, he wanted to go home too. And so I was like, all right, just I really didn't want to take him home at the time, but I was like, you know what? I want to go home too. I get it. Let's go. And so I drop him off, and it takes about 15 minutes to, for him to get dropped off and, me to get back on the road. And that actually comes in here in a second. So keep in mind, I have about an hour and a half drive home. And so I'm about, I don't know, about 40 minutes away from home. And all of a sudden, my body locks up. And I pull off to the side of the road and I try to grab my phone. And when I say my body locks up, I was driving with a steering wheel and I had to literally pry this hand off of the steering wheel. And when I went to grab my phone, my hand is still like this, and so my phone slides out of my hand in between the seat. And so I'm sitting in this Shell parking lot, and I'm just like, I'm going to die here in this parking lot. And I was just like, I was really, really scared. But God was like, just keep driving. And so I keep driving, and I go up to the next stoplight, and I cut this car off. And I was like, I had to literally pry my other hand off of the steering wheel and try to maneuver my hand that is stuck like this to roll down my window. And like I said, I cut this truck off, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, call 911. And everything is locked up. I'm talking right now saying call 911 and you can hear me clearly. But that night it was like, call 911. And they were like, what are you trying to say, man? And I was like, call 911. And so they were like, are you saying call 911? And I was like, yes. And they were like, man, there's a hospital right there. And so I pull into the hospital, and luckily these people are kind enough to open my door and help me inside. And so this is where things get weird. If I wouldn't have taken the time to drop off my friend and, make sure he got inside, the doctor said I was 15 minutes away from death. Like, if I would have been 15 minutes either way, I would have died that night. If that is not God, That is God. There's no other way to put it. All right. I mean that like the exact amount of time it took to drop my friend off and is the exact amount of time it took for me to get to this hospital. I mean, like I said, 15 minutes either way, and I would not be here today. And so, I mean, I've been sober now since the Super Bowl. You know, praise God. I've had a couple of drinks since the hospital. Um, but I mean, it was the worst experience of my life, but it has helped me grow my relationship with Christ so much. And if I went back to that day and had to do it all again, I honestly would. I don't want to. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like it. That's what I was saying. Is like God uses the worst in your life to make the best of you, and I just wanted to put that message out there, man. Because I mean, it was a truly horrible experience, but God used it to save me. I mean, like I said, I grew up in church, but I mean, I have truly never been closer, and I still have a long, hard road to go down. But I'm trying to make the most of it, you know? I mean, I have truly never been closer to God. I thank Him for putting me in that hospital. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And like I said, man, just always rely on God. It may seem that the storm is high and heavy, but if you rely on Him, He'll tell the waters to calm down. That's my story. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Later.